Welcome back. We are
Yes.
now on the Tube of You. We are going to bring you the usual shenanigans, do 4 episodes, and then give up.
Imagine if we actually got to 4 one time. That would be just a magical new horizon for us.
We committed ourselves and then were committed. It's season 13. You are drinking something that looks splendiferous.
It's I've got an espresso martini.
Oh, I have got water. Let's get down to the reviewing.
Welcome to RuPaul's Best Friend Review, bringing you a review of Season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. With your hosts Annabelle Lecter and Philth.
Very RuPaul of you. Nothing counts unless that camera's...
First off, new workroom.
Yes.
It's got a little stage in it. It's got like a really big space in the middle, which I'm guessing is going to be a rehearsal space.
Yes.
One thing I noticed as Candy walks in, there's this like weird purple and black sequin fabric that looks like it's draped over something.
Okay.
And it's blowing up on Twitter. Everyone on Twitter is like, what is this? What is this thing? People are saying all sorts. We then have our first queen entering the workroom. Miss Candy Muse. Denim outfit that's all these mixed denims. Yeah. What was your first impression when Candy walked in?
I really like the outfit. I think it looks really nice. I think she looks quite nice. Being Candy Muse, like a lot of people have like a preconceived notion of how she's going to be. I thought her outfit looked nice, and I thought she looked nice.
There was one bit that I didn't like, and that was kind of like the breast area. Her tits were flapping in the wind as she says that she's a star. What did you think of this? Do you, from first impressions, first 30 seconds, do you think that Candy Muse is going to be a star?
I mean, maybe. Do you know, all I thought when she said I'm a star is all I could think about was
I'm a fucking star!
I knew you were going to say that! I'm a fucking star! I think she was. I think she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous in the face. Like she's
already memorable.
Yeah, absolutely. She's so pretty. Now this is where we might disagree. When she started going in on Aja and the House of Aja and like bad mouthing them, I thought that was really uncool.
Yeah, I did. But you know what it's like? Like there'll have been some person sat there in front of her when she was doing that interview, going, "Tell me about Aja. Tell me why you're not part of that house. Tell me what Aja did to you." There was clearly like some kind of bitterness going on there. I mean, from what she said, it sounded like Aja wasn't being very nice to her.
No, absolutely.
Quite believable. I don't know. I did just think like, oh, that's not cool. Like you didn't have to bring that up on this moment, especially because like I understand that previously. It might be the reason she got on because they knew she'd had this drama with one of the former girls.
Yeah.
But like in that moment, she's already there. They're not going to send her home because she doesn't mention Aja.
Do you really want to go in and go, I had this beef with a queen that was a couple of seasons ago and did All Stars and blah, 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 blah.
I try not to judge too harshly because we don't know what it's like in that moment.
No, not at all. No, and that's the thing. That's something very important that I do want to make very, very clear. We've not been on Drag Race. We don't know what that's going to be like, you know? And this is just our opinion and the way that we've seen the episode. We're here to enjoy the show and share our thoughts with other people that enjoy the show.
I would like to say, if you have a problem with any of the things we say during this review, please post it on social media. Make sure that you tag the link for where to find this so other people can come and give us the views. We'd love that. Thank you.
Exactly. Anyhow, on to the next queen who walks into the workroom, Joey J. I'll let you start.
She looks stunning.
Okay.
Facially, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Her hair is beautiful. The lace is melted into her head. I don't judge someone for coming in wearing a dance outfit.
No.
Because you're going to come in and you're probably going to have to do, like, you don't know what you're going to have to do. In this case, they needed a dance outfit. In other cases, you've got photo shoots, you've got jumping off things, you've got bouncing into things, you've got dunking yourself underwater.
Yeah.
Why would I judge someone for wearing that? I think it's actually a really good idea. And she looked completely nice enough that so what? It was a bit, but whatever.
I was like, okay, this is a cool outfit. And I probably wouldn't have said anything about the fact that it was chicken feathers. I think it had a lot of movement. I think it was It looked right on her body. Her body is right. A little bit like Elmo and Big Bird had a baby. I've noticed with a few of these queens when they're walking in on season 13, I don't think she would have looked as cool if it weren't for the background music. I've actually edited this together. I want you all to guess which queen's entrance music I've edited Joey J over.
The other queen.
When she just went, Filler Queen. She does this lip pop thing as well. I can't do it. I just thought it was like a really throwaway moment for her.
There's only a few of the queens whose entrance line actually came to be of any use to them in any way.
Yes.
Well, I posted a thing on Facebook the other day saying that I didn't want to review this until something happened, and it was this chicken feather moment.
Right.
I hated that Candy Muse brought that up. Like, she just done this whole thing about someone slating her for not being a Ru girl and looking down on her for not having this other achievement. And then she comes one after the other at things with Joey J. The chicken feathers she goes on about.
Yeah.
So what? They are cheap. They've got a lot of volume to them, and they are a lot cheaper than Marabou. So why, Marabou is nicer, but there was nothing wrong with it. It had the desired effect.
Yeah.
She's going on about how that isn't good enough. Then she starts in on the how many shows a week do you have? And I hate when people try and measure a queen by how many nights they work.
Yeah.
That means absolutely nothing on how good of a queen you are.
Yeah.
She literally has a day job. She probably makes 10 times what Candy fucking Muse makes a week because she has an actual good day job and then just works one night a week and drag for fun. It really annoys me.
The lights flicker, the alarm goes off. Oh, you got Ru mail or whatever it is these days. Yeah. But I would absolutely cat my pants. I'd be like, they're throwing some kind of twist, some kind of shenanigan.
Yeah.
They're told to report to the main stage, and both girls are like, okay. I notice as they're walking out, they're holding hands.
Definitely.
Oh, I'd be like asking someone for a Zimmer frame. Be like, just help me. Someone help. Somebody help me to the main stage. So we start the episode, runway with
in person.
Yeah, Ru appearing looking like something from the Great Barrier Reef. Yeah, like a jellyfish or an anemone.
What did you think about her dress? Did you like it?
There was something labial about it.
She's been doing that a lot, I've noticed recently.
Vagina.
I did think she's drowning a bit in this dress. If another queen came on the stage wearing this exact dress, I think they'd be like, oh, this ruffle here's too big, or there's something missing there. I just feel like it wasn't very well balanced, and I just feel like they would read a queen for wearing that exact look.
Maybe. I enjoyed it. Like, Ru was painted, and the hair was right. Like, I think she was gorgeous from the neck up. Michelle, with her silver streak through her hair, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Also, Ross and Carson are there too. And they've got the new screens.
Such an interesting, it's just like a sign of the times. Like, it's just going to be a weird reminder when we, in 10 years' time, look back on this season of Drag Race.
They do kind of look like they're at the checkout at Primark. And then we get another change for this season. Racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win.
I feel like it's a very easy change to make without actually making any fundamental changes to the show.
Yeah. I am hopeful and optimistic that this means that we are going to, in future, see some changes in the casting in RuPaul's Drag Race. We have like a little mini interview with each of the queens. The main point of these interviews are always asking about the outfit and what it says about them. They ask Candy. She says it's sexy and slutty, but it's New York and it's very Candy. I personally don't think that this was a slutty outfit.
I think slutty is a frame of mind, and she was obviously in it.
I would have said more about the most interesting part of her costume, which was the boombox.
I think the boombox was what made it more New York.
Maybe. I can't say. I've never been to New York.
Oh, well, boombox.
Concrete jungle, where dreams are made of. Joey J just comes up with a really weird answer for me. And then she does the lip pop. And I don't know whether you've seen it, but there's this meme going around with this cat at the minute. That's
No.
like it's this cat that goes and it lip pops, and that's what Joey J reminds me of.
Oh my god!
But then they throw them into a lip sync.
There wasn't any real fear in this episode for me.
I would have been like, "What is happening here on this day?" I would have been so excited, but like again, like you just said, there's no fear in it. On to the lip sync with Candy Muse versus Joey J to "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
I thought it was nice, but it was fine.
Yeah,
I thought I really liked Candy doing a little clickety click with the boombox.
there was the whole thing of her holding her boobs a lot. She explained it on Twitter that she wasn't sure whether if she showed her nipples that they would not be able to show it on national TV.
They just blur them out.
She was like, if I'm going home, I'm going to get all of the airtime that I can.
If she hadn't been holding it, her top would have fallen down. And considering she's like going in on someone else's look and what like minute things she'd have not had,
yeah,
it's just like it's a whole thing for her to have her tits falling out, regardless of whether she was concerned about censorship. I actually thought they were both like.
I thought, yeah, I know.
Whatever she'd have said, I'd have been like, yeah, they can win.
Yeah, I was impressed with this lip sync. Joey J walks off. Candy Muse is told that she's the winner, and that's it. We don't see what happens to Joey J, what happens to Candy.
There's only one queen that acts in any way the way you would expect someone to do.
Yes.
Having been told you are leaving on the first day of Drag Race.
Yeah.
You'd be upset. You'd be angry.
Yeah.
Like, if you really thought you were going home, I'd be there like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they just had it in the back of their mind.
But yeah, that just isn't happening today. Next into the room is Denali.
Okay.
She skates in on a little skatey skates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she doesn't. She presumably walks like this into the room so she doesn't fall over and die.
She walks flat.
She does a little spin that, if you'll notice, literally scrapes up the floor.
Yep. Denali talks with her hands. And then later lip syncs with her hands as well. What did you think of this outfit?
Neck down, it was lovely. That was a lovely ice skating dress.
Yeah.
I love that she'd rhinestoned the shoes, or someone had.
Yeah.
I think it was all fabulous. I didn't like anything neck up.
Yeah, I'm the same. I loved the clothes and the skates and her. It like you say, it was very skater outfit.
Good skater outfit. Like, she really took a skater outfit, made it drag. I didn't feel that hair. Not many queens can pull off a ponytail. She does this thing that I really, really hate with her contour, which is like where her jawline is, she has literally like drawn a line. I don't like it. It doesn't look right. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't feed a fancy. It's not how your face works.
Face on, it looks alright.
She's got her cheekbone up here.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Fuck my drag, right?
She's got her cheekbone up here because she has like a really high cheekbone. She has a man's cheekbone, and she's literally emphasised her man cheekbone.
I'm wearing a coronavirus mask for next week. Yeah, so Denali running around in these skates made me nervous to start with. Then the next queen walks in, and it's La Ree.
It sure is.
Face mask. In a face mask. However, not a coronavirus approved face mask because it was made out of gauze.
This was a Lana Del Rey face mask.
I immediately got the reference when she walked in. It is the opening outfit from Beyonce and Jay-Z's tour.
Of course it is.
When the curtain... And that's the reference.
Probably slightly better quality than this.
We go to room ale. Denali apologises to the floor as she's leaving because she is scuffing the shit out of that floor.
Oh, she's not running on her toes.
Yeah.
Because all I wrote was boring chat.
Yeah. I actually put for Lala Ree said she's sexy and classy, and I just put, okay. There's nothing wrong with it. A large blazer, your underwear underneath, a leotard underneath, something simple underneath.
Someone else's underwear underneath. That's slutty.
Someone else's underwear underneath. It's a cute look, but she should have gone, oh, this is my inspiration. I'm inspired by Beyonce. This is a recreation of her Mrs. Carter show outfit. That
which I knew about.
Which you understood that reference. You understood that reference.
That's probably why they cut it out, because I said they couldn't use my name when she said that Philth knew about.
Yeah, exactly. The Beyonce reference that Philth knew about. But then we go on to the lip sync for Your Life, which is to the Pussycat Dolls, When I Grow Up, one of my favourite songs.
I really think that what Denali does here is commendable, considering.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, for me, she did a cartwheel. She was dancing. She did a back bend all the way over. Oh my god, Denali! I loved what Lala Ree did. It was fabulous.
Yeah,
but like, it didn't take as much hard work. It really didn't. Sorry.
Denali was in ice skates.
I'm not really sure how she didn't win, even though I don't like her necessarily.
No.
I'm just not sure how she lost.
But, you know, they choose Lala Ree to win. I disagree. You disagree.
But I do feel like it doesn't feel like it matters, because we know they're not going home.
A bit throwaway. Well, speaking of that, we get our first look at the pork chop loading bay, and Joey J is sat there. Hello, I'm Denali. Yes. Hello, I'm Joey J.
Hello, my name is Elder Price.
Like, you know the excitement that you get when the queens are first walking into the workroom and they're just like, ow, it's a queen, it's a drag queen, it's another one. Ah! Very that. You don't get that at the Pork Chop Lounge.
Something I loved about the Pork Chop Loading Lounge, which P.S. is my grinder name, is that on the wall, they have all the pictures of different queens, and they're all the promo pictures, except for Dahlia Sin. It's the picture of her dressed as broccoli.
Shangela's promo picture from season 2 was hateful.
Oh, yes.
We move on to the next two queens into the workroom. We start off with Simone.
I wasn't sure immediately how I felt about this dress. I feel like very baby queen. Attaching a load of pictures of yourself together feels quite baby queen.
Okay.
I just wasn't crazy about the dress, but I think she looks beautiful.
But she's beautiful.
I really enjoyed the concept of this. You need to make that first impression.
It's not very durable, though.
It's not very durable. I wouldn't have thought that at all. It would be easy to pack in a suitcase.
Well, very. But I do also feel that she's a queen of the vibe, and I'm a queen of the vibe. I love the vibes. But previously, I was just like, oh, this is something that I'd have worn to a club 5 years ago.
If you were hosting.
Because
somebody has pointed out that Simone looks like June Sarpong. She came across as really chill, really like you say, of the vibe. Here for it. Ready to see what Simone does. Next queen walks in, and it is, I'm very excited for this one. It is Tamisha Iman, the matriarch of the Iman dynasty.
You know that queen that
does
I Need a Hero and falls from the ceiling?
Yes.
Isn't she an Iman?
Tandy Iman Dupree. You are correct. She's an Iman.
But I'm seeing more and more videos to do with Tamisha Iman. And she has been, in the past, has done some fabulous things.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see her here.
Yeah.
This power suit that she walks in with, I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't mad about it. This look just wasn't it for me. Like, she had a flat wig on with high shoulders.
Yeah.
So that immediately makes you look like you're doing this. But then she had like a high-collared neck thing. So she was fully just like a, hi. But what I also said, to be fair, was, meh, boring look.
The room mail goes off. At this point, I'm bored.
Oh my god, so bored.
I'm so bored of this format of...
Two queens enter. Room mail goes off. They go to the main stage.
Halfway through the episode, like, I can't wait for the next episode because I'm just sick of this one.
I find Drag Race really rewatchable. When I was watching again to do my notes, I could not sit and watch.
There are parts I didn't write a note on because I was like, I'm just going to go stand in the kitchen for a second. For so many reasons, but one of the big things is the lip syncs weren't all that special.
No, I absolutely agree.
For this, they should have given them like a okay, at some point you're going to have to lip sync a song, and this is the song.
It's going to be this song.
Yes, they can still spring on them in the first week, and that's a gag, and it's still a gag for us.
Yeah.
But it still could have been
so much more.
But whatever. They went to the stage.
They go to the stage. They do the interviews. I found Simone really charismatic.
Yes, it's so funny.
And she was funny.
Oh, about being a grandma. Oh my god, that was so funny.
Yeah, about Rue might have been Simone's grandma. Yeah. We move over to Tamisha, who Ross asks her how long she's been doing drag. She says she's 30 years in the game. And then we learn about her health struggles and her casting on season 12.
Yes.
For me, I looked at it, I listened to this story and kind of went, oh, she's given herself a year to recover, but like...
Exactly.
I hope that she's not forced herself.
Well, but the thing is, she even says, when they said, are you ready for this? And she said, I'm not as great as I was, but I'm good enough. And I'm like, that's about her health, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
She isn't back to what she was. And actually, it was when I realized it was when I watched a video of her dancing from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's a whole different person.
Yeah.
But when I was watching the show, I couldn't help but think about Coco. Because when Coco? Is her name not Coco?
Coco Montrese.
No, her name isn't Coco.
Oh, you mean Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
When she came back, they said, oh, she's back because last time she just got over a health scare. She wasn't in the right place. And I'm thinking, so why are we doing this again? We're not to judge on what her health is. But no. I'm just like, I think from what I'm seeing, she just doesn't seem like who she used to be. And she admits it herself.
Yeah. Do you think that she's a little bit scared that if she doesn't take this chance that she'll not get it again?
Yes. I thought it's actually very interesting that they would let her do the following year because so much of the time they try and create situations. Maybe this is the last time they'd let that situation happen.
Is it worth putting your health at risk for Drag Race?
She's not putting her health at risk. She's probably just doing it in a place where she can't push herself as hard as she's going to need to.
Let's move on to the lip sync, which was Janet Jackson's Principle of Pleasure Principle. Present participle. The one thing I will say is, right off the bat, as soon as that music started playing, Tamisha hit the Janet Jackson moves. She was giving, the Jackson like pop in and hit, all that good stuff.
The worst part for me about that was, like I already mentioned, because of her shoulders and her neck thing, she looked like she was doing this, but Janet Jackson does this. So then she was fully just like...
like one of those things where they sneeze and the head falls down and they catch it.
But she was really going for it, and that was commendable.
And that was the thing. I really enjoyed that she was really hammering it. However, as we got later in the song, you could feel her getting a bit tired.
That's what I meant by the videos I've seen of her in the past.
Yeah,
where she was just different, and it's an energy thing. It fully is.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately in this one, she was against Simone, who she'd obviously Tamisha had obviously gone for I'm doing the Janet.
Yeah.
And Simone was like, no, I'm feeling the vibe of this song. She was living her best life.
Absolutely.
She was living it for us all to watch. And she was feeling the music rather than performing. And it just was really nice. It was nice. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch.
I'm not going to lie. For me, this was one of my favourite lip syncs of the episode. We got such different styles of drag for the same song. Simone wins. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's my winner.
She's
probably my favourite of the episode, in all honesty. So it'd be weird if I didn't like her in this one.
Something that I've already shown you is Simone screaming like a frog when she wins. Funny thing, I actually tweeted this to Simone. And she retweeted it herself and was like, ha ha ha, dead. I thought I was hilarious making it. Tamisha then moves over to the pork chop loading bay. And the other queens greet her the same way that they greeted each other. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Tamisha's like...
And she's literally like, what is happening? I'm meeting people. I'm distraught, but I'm meeting people.
She's like, who are these people?
Can we just talk about how... She literally says to RuPaul, I've just battled cancer. I came back as soon as I possibly could to have this chance. And RuPaul's like, all right, we'll just go home.
Goodbye. And then
literally full on awkward.
One of my second favorite moment of this episode is the lady said go home. The lady said go home. She says it to the queens. She says it in her confessional. She's even got t-shirts with it on now.
Well, that scares me because the ones who brand early are the ones who go home first.
She's brought out everything. She's got face masks, bum bags, t-shirts. She's got sneakers. She's got everything in her merch shop. I'm here for a merch queen.
She's got you beat.
And I was going to say she's beating me. Although, it's, just as a little plug, I do have some new merch coming out soon. Ding!
Is it sneakers?
It's not sneakers. I really appreciate Tamisha Iman. I think I'm going to enjoy watching her for however long she's on the season. I like her in the
confessionals.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to the stage.
I'm just
hesitant.
Yeah. What's the word that I wanted to use? Is trepidatious a word?
You are. No. Welcome to English lessons with Annabelle Lecter Philth.
This is so the backwards way of how this normally works.
I know, normally I'm saying something and you're like, is that real? Oh, we've got so many more queens to do.
So Mick comes in and they say, time to crash the system. Are they really crashing the system? Like, we know what this is a reference to. This is a reference to the fact that they are the first trans man on Drag Race, which is fucking incredible. But, you know, it's literally, actually, it is reinforcing RuPaul's idea that as soon as someone has surgery, they become the gender they are and they can, you know.
For me, it felt like a little bit of tokenism. I am optimistic that this is a step in the right direction. I'm hopeful that it is.
With that said, I really like Gottmik. I really like this look. I like their tone. I like that they just seem super chill. Just give me some opinions, Annabelle Lecter.
I disagree. There was...
Oh, really? What with?
The flesh tone of the dress around the neck with the white face.
Oh, right.
Was a little bit jarring.
No, it's a high-necked dress.
Right.
It's not flesh tone. There's like yellow and pink. And then there's just skin on the shoulders.
Yeah, but it's the bit at the neck that bothered me. But what was even more jarring was this attitude.
Oh, really?
There's like this overconfidence with Gottmik that...
Oh, I didn't see it that way. I thought it was just laid backness.
No, literally, like, it was this overconfidence. And literally, we saw it right up until the shoe fell off. And then as soon as the shoe fell off, Gottmik kind of went, oh shit, I need to turn it down. Let's move on to the next queen then. And
there's another queen!
We move on to Utica Queen. She has my favourite entrance line. It's just the right amount of stupid, where she sneezes and then she's like, she's sickening.
I love it.
Yeah, love that.
I love that.
What did you think of this outfit?
What did you talk first? Because I've got lots of thoughts.
Doctor Who, Time Lord vibes.
What I did think is this is one of those looks that sometimes when someone's quirky and weird, I think you've had to put a lot of effort into being that quirky and weird.
Right.
And finding this many garments in different patterns that you could wear at the same time took a lot of effort.
I don't think she's kooky. I think she's just a bit shy.
But she just keeps going on about how she's kooky. And she's this. You know how I feel about queens have to tell us how they are. And she's like, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, no, just either do it, be it, or just don't tell me.
Queens, main stage, blah.
I'll be honest. I just wrote, sure, whatever. There was a thing about the explanation about the strawberry on the head. And I don't think it makes any sense with your look. Like, dress up as a whole fucking strawberry. To me, I think something happened to the side of a wig. And she was like, I need to cover this with something.
With something.
Her promo look, her reveal look.
They are coherent.
Yes. They are so cohesive.
Yes. Cohesive, coherent.
Restored the balance! Everything makes sense. And this didn't make sense. And I think there was meant to be another hat on there and it got broke.
Maybe.
So I'm trying not to be too judgy about it. What we are going to be judgy about is how her wig kept slipping further and further back every time you saw her.
This lip sync was my least favourite. I don't have a lot to say about it.
But this song...
like,
This episode, the songs all the way through really just say gay rights.
Absolutely. I loved the playlist for this episode. Was fantastic.
Yes. RuPaul said, Alexa, play gay rights, and this is the episode that just happened.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Rumours by Lindsay Lohan. Got Mick wins.
What did you think on that, though? Who did you think should have won?
Neither of them. Send them both to the pork chop loading bay.
But out of these two, who did you think should have won?
If I had to choose, I would have probably chose Utica.
See, I felt the opposite. I felt that Utica was just... the words were happening and they were wiggling weird. Whereas I feel that even though Gottmik wasn't doing great, she came out and she gave it something. She really went for it. She tried to do something with it. And she did a little bouncy split. Little
split as well. And I was kind of like, okay. By the time we got to Tamisha and Simone, last one, I was bored. Now I'm bored, and you're giving me a boring lip sync.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of bored, next queens.
What?
Okay, so next queen into the workroom is Rosé.
Yes, it is.
Rosé, big name. What did you think when she first walked in?
I thought her outfit looked really good.
Yeah, constructed well.
Yes, I really liked her outfit. It was the pink biker vibes. It was Grease if the men and women played up, you know what I mean? Leather jackets and pink ladies. It was very that for me.
I see that, yeah.
Didn't enjoy this hair.
I think she was trying to balance herself out.
Yeah, needed more detail into balance the outfit. And also, it looked like an Aero Versace hair, but done badly.
I can see that. I feel like this was a very safe outfit. A smart outfit in the sense that she could do anything in it.
Yeah. But this was the most interesting of the leotards.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. What did you think about her entrance when she just walked in and she just went, hey?
I didn't find it as funny as other people have, but people are living.
I didn't find it very funny, but I could absolutely see you doing something similar.
Just would like to point out that Rosé as a boy looks like Nate from Devil Wears Prada. Eerily similar looking when you're not paying attention. Do you know what I am enjoying about this episode? I love whoever walks in first on a normal season.
Yeah.
You get to watch them do something
to fill the time.
And we got to see 6 people do that this time. And I thought that was really fun.
It's absolutely what I would do if I was the first in the room. Just a heads up, in future, if I'm ever on Drag Race, I want to be the first one in. I really do.
I'll let them know.
Yeah, just get on the blower. Yeah, Rue.
Cool.
I want to be the first one in. I want to have a little wander around the room, and then I want to sit and watch as each person comes in the room. Start at the bottom, everyone else after me, I'll be an improvement.
Well, there you go. And you'll always have been the first one. I feel like I want to be the last one in. I'm just going to walk in, not even stop on the X, just be like, cool, walk in, and then be like, cool, give me a...
Room mail.
I'm ready for it.
Rosé, in her confessional, says that she's a comedy queen, she's a singer, she's a dancer, and she doesn't like to lose.
Right.
The foreshadowing.
But she literally has a conversation about how I did this show and this show and this show, and I'm not used to losing. But she's just listed shows she didn't win.
Shows that she did not win. The next queen that walks in with the tiniest handbag.
Wait, one sec. I just was going to check what time it was to know where we're up to, but this phone says it's midnight. Did you hear that Olivia came in next? I heard that.
I heard that Olivia came in next, looking like a fruit salad sweet.
Oh my gosh, she did. I actually love pink and yellow together. I loved the dress.
Yeah.
Hated the wig.
Hated the hair. If she'd have put a classic Marilyn with this.
Something that really bothered me about this dress was I don't think Olivia had the presence to pull off this. I think it's a hard to pull off dress. It's going to make you look short. It's going to make you look wide. It needed someone, at least with good hair. But I've never, within seconds, thought, oh my God, this person is lovely.
I said the same thing. The only thing I didn't like about this outfit is, and it's not that I didn't like it, I would have liked two different coloured shoes.
Oh my god, so I literally thought that. I didn't hate, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make enough
it wasn't,
of a...
yeah, it wasn't massive impact. It's a really...
And do you know what I actually do hate? People that wear two different coloured shoes. It's another one of those things where it seems you've spent twice as much money to look a bit weird. And is capitalism really that unusual?
Ta-da! Buy an extra pair of shoes. Capitalism. We then move into this little interesting... Rose and Olivia have history. Rose says that she doesn't see Olivia at the same level. It does come across like Rose has got quite an ego, though. I didn't like it. I didn't gel with Rose at all.
No, I didn't particularly care for her.
She did not help herself by then going to the main stage and in her interview saying, "Oh, I'm going to outlast Jan."
She didn't say it. She was asked.
Well, she was asked, "Are you going to outlast Jan?" And she was like, "The obvious answer is yes." Is she going to be as likable as Jan? Not so far.
No. Once again, like with Candy, we know why she's there. She is there because Alexis Michelle had a drag daughter, and they got into Drag Race, and that drag queen had a very close friend who applied for Drag Race.
She was a friend of a friend
of a... get asked about your friend. Yeah, like that's
she was a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend who said it was lovely, gal.
I just think, she knows why she's there. She knows they're going to ask about Jan. You would just prepare some like funnier things. You prepare some nicer things. If you got into Drag Race, and then the next year I got into Drag Race, I'd be like, well, they're going to ask me about Annabelle Lecter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to prepare some funny things to say about Annabelle Lecter that aren't mean, because I don't want to come off like a bitch in the first episode.
Oh my god.
Because that's when they're going to ask you.
Real
I'm going to walk in the workroom, sit down, and I don't know, Licorice Black's going to go, "Oh, you're friends with Annabelle who was here last year. You did that thing together." And I'm going to be like, "Oh yeah." And I'm going to say something nice. I'm going to have to think for a while about finding something nice to say, but I'm going to do it.
I knew you were going to say this, you bitch. We move on to the lip sync. X's and O's by someone?
Alexa, play X's and O's by L. King. Alexa, stop. Yeah, it's L. King.
What did you think of this lip sync?
I felt like they were both doing that very New York lip sync style.
Yes.
With Miss Cracker, you do lots of movement, you whirl your arm around, you kick your foot out behind you.
Yep.
It's just, look at me, I'm moving. The New York version of being a pointer.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, Olivia is not bringing it until she did the whole picking up the suitcase and run across the stage thing. And then when she actually started running around and doing stuff, I was like, oh, Olivia's got this.
It wasn't overly special. I was like, again, whatever. I just think by this point in the episode, do you know where I think they did themselves a disservice on the editing? Was making all the queens go and sit in the pork chop lounge.
Yeah.
So they couldn't move around what order it all happened in.
I felt this. I felt like they did not edit this episode well.
No. They produced it nicely by putting Candy Muse in the first, knowing she was going to be an attention grabber.
Yeah. But I would have liked...
putting the three queens at the end with Tina Burner, knowing they'd be an attention grabber.
I would have swapped it around. I would have put Tina first.
I think Tina doesn't have a big enough online following to share the YouTube video.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They did the first 10 minutes. Yeah.
Of course they do.
I could produce this show. Out my ass, bitches.
Do you think Olivia should have won?
I didn't care. The only thing that I really took from this that was any good thing was that ridiculous spin that Rose did. It didn't get the moment it deserved because it was ridiculous and epic.
It was really, really stupid. I want to see Rose and Valentina have a spin-off.
Oh my god, yes. Like the air flyer things.
Oh, I am here for it.
By this point, I just wanted the show to be over. I didn't care who won or lost.
I was the same.
And we were firmly in the thing now of, well, they're not sending half the girls home. In the start, I was thinking, oh, maybe the bottom queens are going to go off against each other.
I thought the same.
By the time we're like 4 bottom queens in, it's like, nah. This isn't happening. They're just separating them.
I thought it was I thought it was going to be they'd put all the bottom queens together and then they would do a big group lip sync again, and the worst one from that would go home. Let's move on. The last group, a trio. We're at the final group. The first queen that walks in is Tina Burner.
I think Tina Burner looks like Perez Hilton dressed as Nina West.
Dressed as Wreck-It Ralph.
She's just a lot.
Yeah.
I wanted to like her.
Yeah,
but...
same.
Okay, just one of the jokes, pull it out. Just pull it back. Just pull it back.
Have a breath. Breathe. Breathe. Kimura Hall walks in.
The Mackie doll's out of the box. What did you think?
The Mackie doll's out of the box. I think she's gorgeous in the face. She's tiny little thing. She, this big blown out Valley of the Dolls hair. Kurt Mora. Say it right, Kurt Mora.
She's probably had some producer on the phone to her being like, would you change your name because there's already a Kimura? And she's like, no, it's Kurt Mora, not Kimura. When she first met Tina, there were quite a few moments where I was like, oh no, you're just a bit of a dick, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, I was the same. Like, I was a bit like, you're a dickhead.
You're not like funny bitchy, you're a bitchy bitchy.
You're just
and I wasn't feeling it. That did change when she got to the main stage. And I was like, oh no, she's quick. She's funny bitchy, not a bitch bitchy.
Next queen is Elliot with 2 T's. Thoughts?
Yes, it was. Oh, this whole, I'm going to rap for you and do a weird TikTok dance. No, absolutely not. No, thank you, ma'am. Put it back in the box. Send it back to where it came from.
Yeah, where is my receipt?
No. What do you think about the look?
Elliot's look was like if you were doing drag brunch, you had to take 5 costumes, 2 of them were gowns, you only had 1 suitcase.
For me, this is exactly that. This is I'm going to show you a few different things, and this is a look that I like the look, but it's a throwaway look. I think of it as when a designer puts on a runway show.
Yeah.
12 looks, and they all work together.
Yeah.
And some of them work on their own, and some of them don't make any sense on their own. I just think this wasn't the right time for this. They call it a pedestrian look, and it's literally pedestrian in the sense that she would be on the street in it, just walking around, living a life. Her friend in their head is shaped like a boot. Do you remember there was like that cartoon when we were younger that was about a load of people that were boots and shoes? I wrote, not this rap number, her head is like a boot.
We go to the main stage. Even RuPaul's bored because she just Queen's main stage now. She's bored. I'm bored. We're all bored.
She finally read the room and understood what was going on.
Absolutely. We go to the interviews. Tina Turner talks about NSYNC. Was Tina Turner in? Tina Turner. How many times am I going to do that through these reviews?
I don't know. I'm taking bets.
Was she in NSYNC? NSYNC.
Tina Turner of NSYNC fame.
Tina Turner was an NSYNC. I don't know. I don't care.
This does actually touch on a point that I loved. Because I already wasn't liking Tina because she's so much. I feel like Ross saw her and went, oh, you're a lot, but like, I'm a professional at being a lot. Ross pulled rank and was like, right.
Ross pulled rank on Tina Burner?
Oh, you think you're a funny gay guy? No, honey.
Hold my beer.
I'm the funny gay guy here.
Hold my martini.
My beer. Hold my fucking martini. He was like, hold this sparkly cup. Every time she tried, to the point that she ended up going, Phil, there's a lot of back here. And that was all she could come up with. And he went, back to you. And I was like, yes.
I was like, yes. Well done, Ross. Well done,
absolutely masterful. I love when a queen has banter with the judges.
Yeah, same.
Even though she's too much, at least she's something.
Funny that you should say that, because the exact opposite of having something was Elliot. Very meh moment.
Imagine that you have just walked onto RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yep.
2 people walk out, and then you've got to go to main stage where you meet RuPaul.
Yep.
And then they ask you questions. I'm amazed any of them had anything to say. But at least she explained that she likes the 80s. Because I was so annoyed with the other ones being bitchy, I loved that RuPaul was like, I like your outfit.
I really like your outfit. Mm-hmm.
Who we did get to see more of was Kimura. And this is what I said. She is quick. She is funny and she is quick.
Yeah.
They had something to say to her and she had something intelligent and funny to say back.
And she went right back at it.
Something that I did notice was when they say like, oh, you're related to Jada.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. It made me think, oh, do you know what? this is what Jada was missing, was this personality. Potentially, she's going to be the Jada with the personality.
Potentially, yeah. I'm hoping so.
Which is what I want, because Jada was amazing, except she just wasn't enough personality for me.
We go into the lip sync. This would be the lip sync song that I would want to do. Which
Lady
is
Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade. Question, why did Kimura keep on going behind Tina and Elliot so much?
I'm going to be honest about this. This is the note I made.
I am drunk. Also, Elliot, as a dancer, why didn't they dance?
I just had a flashback. Where was the tap dancing, Blair?
Why are you not tap dancing?
She won the lip sync. What do you think that she should have won the lip sync?
Literally, I've never cared about anything less. I had checked out. I was like, I just need to see director, producer, Ken Mock at the end of this and be done.
Tina wins, whatever your thoughts are on it.
How did you feel about that?
Let us know in the comments. I couldn't give a shit at this point.
Oh, thank you.
Genuinely, I'm so bored of this episode that I do not care. And we go to the Winners' Lounge. This is the first thing that we've seen. All of the winners of the lip syncs are sat around, chatting away, having a drink, having a kiki. Tina walks in, and quite a lot of the queens that are in the Winners' Lounge know who Tina Burner is. We start to see this kind of storyline that might be emerging between Tina and Rosé. Then the message comes through from RuPaul that the Hotshot Lounge have to vote off one of the queens that has lost their lip sync. Nobody's told Utica that her wig is basically off at this point. Who would you vote for in this instance?
So all I've seen is the interaction we've had.
Yeah. The smart choice for me would be Elliot or Kimura.
To me, the smart choice would be to pick someone that you know is talented to get rid of them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, strongest one out.
Knowing everyone's just going to go off first impressions, I would probably have to vote for someone like Elliot, who I know visually isn't strong. Not maybe. Because I want rid of them, because obviously you want to keep the person that's not strong, but knowing that then they'll probably get at least 2 votes, and I hopefully only get, maximum 1. But then also, don't you feel like this vote doesn't mean fuck all?
Also, I feel like we could be voting off a queen. It could happen, but I also think that it's not going to. We're
going to put this in a box, and they're going to tell her. Like, this is coming back. This is coming to haunt someone. In other seasons, they do that thing where they're like, "Oh, put your queen that's the most competition at the top and the least competition at the bottom."
And I think they'll do that. I think that's coming out.
And Tamisha goes, "Well, I'm the only black girl, so don't vote for me." They cannot get rid of someone when you've only seen one of their outfits. They just can't do that to someone.
Yeah.
I'd sue. I'm thinking about suing. It's not even my show.
I thought this was one of the least rewatchable episodes of Drag Race. I don't feel like I got to know any of the queens either.
No. Watching it once was boring.
Yeah.
Having watched it twice made me not wish I'd just never watched it. It's been a real roller coaster of emotions.
It's been a roller coaster this episode. Yeah. So we're gonna do it each week. Who is your favourite?
Simone. I liked her lip sync. I enjoyed how she looks. I thought she was funny. I thought she was definitely my favourite so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna say exactly the same thing. I loved Simone. I loved her little entrance. She's just chill. She's really fun. She also screams like a frog. Who was your least favourite of the week?
Oh, Denali. I didn't like her as a look. There was nothing was redeemed from me. There was no redeemable feature. Who didn't you like?
My least favourite this week was Kimura.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But she looks like that, and she's funny.
I just don't gel with her yet. We've not seen a lot from any of them. I forgot who half of the queens were by the end of this episode. I'm not going to lie to you. Not my favourite episode of RuPaul's Drag Race in the world. However, this has been a fun little review.
It has.
Yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with all of the bits and pieces that go along with YouTube. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel as well. All of our social media.
Most importantly, please share the video on your social media.
Absolutely.
YouTube doesn't care about how many likes we have. But what we do care about is how many views we get. We just want to reach as many people as possible so they can see that we hate people on the television.
Yep, we don't like people on TV. But for now, I've been Annabelle Lecter.
And I've been a disappointment.
And they've been a disappointment. And this has been RuPaul's Best Friend Review. We will see you next week for episode 2 of season 13. But for now, see you in a bit. Bye!